Good morning, and you know there's going to be a third good morning to each and every one of you. Welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. I know for sure from the landmarks, almost everyone here must know where we are, but for those that are not familiar, let you know in a few minutes. We're still going to keep the teas going. I'm going to give you a little bit of a beautiful, beautiful view here, and then we're going to come back and say our serenity prayer. So let's start this morning somewhat a little bit different. Let's start it with our circle of love. Here we go. Perfect way to start your day. It's so calm and peaceful. I'm sure you all just heard the birds in the background, the rain birds keeping a little bit of noise this morning. All the life around here began to wake, and of course the gentle lapping of the west coast. I have to say, this morning when I first came out, I said, this is so stunning. I thought it was on the south coast. And I remembered how far I had to drive to get here, because this reminded me of the south coast, because as you know, south coast is the most stunning and most beautiful coastline in the world. I know you have a lot of contradictions to that, but I don't mind. This morning you would have seen a couple of pictures I put up. Our psychologist was busy at work scribing up the beach, so be wary. She has her new strike stick. It is a magical one, so you better be careful, because she's in that kind of mood today. And as you would have seen on Saturday, if you oppose her and tell her anything she does not like, you will get a strike as well. Absolutely well trained, may I say. That probably did not get a bad reaction here, so I guess everything is good. And good morning to each and every one of you all. We'd like to say our serenity prayer, as we always like to do with our start. This grounds us, gives us a little bit of calmness, a little bit of peace, and it also lets us understand where our responsibilities lie. If we can follow this prayer and understand it, you will find calmness. I can assure you of that. I certainly do, and everyone that I know that says the serenity prayer has found calmness with it. So please join us if you'd like to. All others, we'll be back to you in a couple of moments. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. So greetings from the strikeologist, co-star, Princess. Good morning to each and every one of you all. Hope you all have had a fantastic weekend. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Hope you gave thanks this morning for another day of life, a day that you can go forward, make some changes in your life, and also make changes to the world, because if you spread joy and peace and love and happiness, the world will definitely have changes to it. The more people that you can spread that to, the better it will be. That's what we care about in the EMC, caring about spreading all the happiness and joy and all the positives and all the blessings that we're given. We want to share them on to everyone else. Everyone that's in here, that's EMC member, will be very aware of what we do, but we may have some newcomers on this morning. We are a gathering, a spiritual gathering of a group of people that consider ourselves as family, not just friends, family. That's because we walk together, we go through tough times together, we go through good times together. We share everything as it is. We don't make anything look floral or beautiful. We come out with our natural selves. When we're having tough times, we say we're having tough times. When we're having good times, we share that joy with you. So remember, when you're down, we will pick you up. When we're down, we hope you'll do the same. Come and spread your cheer, come and spread your love, and come and spread your healing to all of us in here, because we all welcome it. Again, good morning to each and every one of you. We're on our countdown to the weekend. We're going to start our trek today. We're going to be going southward. along this section here. We will be talking as we go a little further. We did say in our morning preamble that we were going to be sharing with you some sea glass collection, hopefully. We are in the area that is known for sea glass. From here right up to Reeds Bay, I would have to say would be the best section to find sea glass, especially on the west coast. All depends on how much sand is turned up over it. Depends on how much movement they've had. Hopefully it will be good, because we've seen a lot of the rocks and stuff on the west coast as we've been walking recently, and so hopefully we should see some sea glass this morning. Of course, the Coast Star is here, ready. I have a bag on my back, as you have seen. I had on my tuxedo, not with a Skywater Force field this morning, but just to collect some sea glass, hopefully. Alright, I couldn't remember the name of this place. Thank goodness they have up a sign. I wish everyone on the coastline will put up signs so that we'll be able to know what's going on. This is Leamington Pavilion. As I know, or I think, the nosy conductor is on board, and as my co-star is very short and she does not have the height to look over here, and she's an extremely nosy person, we're going to let you enjoy what in here looks like. Here we go. So Leamington Pavilion. We're just to the south of Cobblers Cove Hotel, what is known now as Schooner Bay, Godwin Bay, and this is the general area we're in now. We're looking in the area that used to call the fort, or is called the fort, a surf break here. There are two surf breaks here. I'll talk a little bit more when we get on the point itself. However, this entire area was heavily fortified from here right through Spikestown, right down to Hangman's Bay, which they make up. So it was all forted area, because this was the initial landing point if you were coming from anywhere in the north of the island. In the early days when the British were protecting this island, they used a lot of forts along the west coast, this general area. Obviously Carlisle Bay, and then up in Oistins, but very heavily fortified. Oh yes, okay, well, my co-star has just told me, have a look at this beautiful landscape and view here. Absolutely stunning view. So these grounds down here, immaculately maintained. Of course, security down here, very, very tight. However, we are going to be able to look over. We're not invading anyone's privacy. We are advertising the properties in Barbados. That's what we're going to say this morning. So this is a realtor's tour. And as you can see, take their security extremely, very seriously. This section alone here with all this stainless steel, you can just appreciate the kind of cost it is to maintain properties and put up this kind of fence. And a lot of this wall here is new compared to last time we were down here. You will also see a lot of erosion that's gone on, a lot of breaking of this pathway that goes across here. This was a lot broader before. You can see how many rocks are up on the top just in front. That would tell you the power of the water that's been experienced down here with the north swells they've had recently. Alright, so we're going to look out from here now. There's a break here that I used to surf a lot when the west coast is up, called Cobblers Cove. It's a perfect left, and then just off the other side of the reef is what they call the fort. I used to call that the Sandridge Right, but the correct name for it is the fort. And that is in this general area as well. So two breaks here, one left and one right. Both of them extremely hollow, both of them very, very tubey, both of them, especially right, very long rides. But you have to be careful out here. If you are a surfer and you're coming surfing here, it's very much like Tropicana. As shallow as Tropicana, definitely, especially on the right section. It breaks continuously over reef, and like you left, it breaks on the reef and then fades off into the actual sand bay on the inside. Both of them, again, very, very shallow conditions. So this is more of a mid-tide, a mid to high tide break when the swells are up. Low tide, you will most definitely hit coral, especially when you line up on the right. Very popular with bodyboarders as well. Alright, just a little look at the beachside cottage here. This will just be the beachside cottage. Behind is the main house itself. Beautiful, beautiful grounds. Stunning facilities. And you can see, even when you are nosy, you find your elevated areas to stand up on so you can look up on the properties. So, Mr. Conductor, you're being represented very well here in the nosy category this morning. Lots of sand has moved down here. We've had all types of movements. I think last time we were down here, there was very little sand in front of the rocks because we came down just after they had the hurricane north swell, not the normal north swell, but one of a hurricane. That was back in June, I think it was. You walked down here. There was very little sand. We couldn't walk on the beach here. We had to stay up on the actual boardwalk section for the entire duration here. However, lots of sand has built. As you all know, we talk about all the time, summer is the real building time for the west coast of sand. Actually all of the island, not just on the west, but all of the island. And down here had some unusual swells. We got hit with two north swells from hurricanes that passed to the northeast of the island this year. And then we've had quite a few north swells coming off of cold fronts that come off the United States. They're the ones that generate the really big swells that come into the west. We haven't seen the kind of size that I would expect. However, the year is still young. We still have a lot of cold fronts to come off. This time we're seeing them coming much lower than they used to be. They used to turn and go into the Atlantic over the last couple of years very quickly, and therefore we haven't seen a very good west year or north swells. However, this year we're seeing them dipping a little bit lower, hence the rain and stuff between the contrast of the cold winds coming down and the warmer tropical winds around our area. So we've been getting a lot of rains. A lot of you have noticed that, not just in the last couple of months or a couple of weeks, but we've had a lot of rain through summer. It looks like more of a traditional weather pattern for Barbados at the moment. Like October, September, October, November, very heavy rains, especially in the west coast where you get the convection and stuff. But this year we've seen it all over really. St. Peter's Bay, you see, the Sandwich Hotel. When this first went up, I could not understand it, because I think this was probably, this and Villas on the Beach, which was in on the beach in Whole Town, were the first two to come with this style of Mediterranean style structure. So when this first went up, very unusual, like an instant shock to the eyes. Although it is very tall, it is maybe just maybe a couple of feet above the actual tree line, as you can see. Very small, just a little bit above, although it's a lot of stories. Beautiful, beautiful. It's actually settled in the landscape. It's come up now. The grounds here are spectacular. What I like about here, since we had, I don't know if you know, but years and years ago we had massive beaches on the west coast. And then I would say maybe about 10 years ago we saw some serious depletion of the beaches, so much so that all of the majority of the properties on the direct west coast were being impacted by sea erosion and stuff. So they have a reclaimed project going on. A lot of these groins have been dropped. A lot of outer bands of armoured rocks have been dropped to shelter the bays from the impact of the surf and stuff. And since then, these beautiful little coves have formed. Originally, these have been long stretches of beach from here, pretty much right up to St. Francis Church, where you had to go in the water by Crystal Springs, and then you could have come up on the beaches into Reeds Bay and stuff. Now, you have to, a lot of areas you would have to actually go in the water or leave the beach, go up on the road and come back down. So it has changed a lot, but these little coves, breathtaking. I'm going to give you a 20-minute photo, sorry, 20-second. You're right to laugh, because imagine me being quiet for 20 minutes. Somebody's laughing here. So, yeah, okay. Alright, so I give you a 20-second, and I'm going to count this here. I have my watch on as well. Photo up. It will go a little bit over just so my timekeeper does not talk a lot of nonsense this morning. Here we go. Enjoy this peace, enjoy the serenity, enjoy the beauty. Here we go. Breathtaking. Now, if that was not okay, I see you all talking a lot of nonsense for 20 minutes. Strikeologist taking notes of this here, right?
No, but it's true.
Oh. All right, well, she's not in my corner for sure. I'm going to get her come over gradually. She has the power and the authority of all these strikes. But check the glass off conditions. Perfect, perfect conditions today. We're right now at mid-tide. I think high tide is around 10 o'clock. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful conditions down here this morning. Swimming here, again, a lot of this area is a lot of reef immediately off of here. So, like in the inside section here, you can find little sections of sand. However, it's very difficult in this area here. There are a couple of areas that are cordoned off a little further in the next little bay that you will see. Now, I see a lot of these stones and stuff up here. I see some sea glass as well. Just to show you what. Okay, well, here comes a little bit of water, but just to show you, this is sea glass here directly in front of us. It's just like balls have been broken up over the years. Roughed up and scuffed up in the sand there. It's like sandblast in them, which etches them and makes them look absolutely beautiful. A lot of people collect them. You want to show us that one? Let's see that one. Show us that. Pointing in your hand to see. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Check the collection that's going on. So from here right up to Reeds Bay, there are other areas in the west as well, and south and east, but I would say this to me is the best area for collecting sea glass from my experience. On this area is Reeds Bay, of course. A lot of people coming in catamarans at Reeds Bay, which a lot of folks are now calling Thunder Bay, which we used to call Tropicana. Like everything else, lots of names that go down in Barbados. Alright, we get nosy. But this property is just stunning. The landscape in here, perfectly laid out, beautiful, terraced off and stuff, giving everyone their privacy, etc. You can see elevator directly in front of us, not hidden away, directly in front of us. Come straight off the beach, in the elevator, up to your room. Beautiful. There's nothing wrong with your speakers. There's nothing wrong with your system. Don't restart your system. I'm giving you all a few silent treats today, just to be on the safe side. Well, I have set a new record yesterday. We went to Crystal Waters yesterday afternoon. For the time we got in there, obviously there were quite a few people that know us and want to congratulate us, etc. But quite a few people were there. And the record that I now have is every person that I introduced the princess to was the wrong name. I gave her stories of, I had definitely three people on the way in. I gave her stories of my memories of first meeting them, and then to find out they were not the people I thought they were. And each of them corrected me, sadly, but each of them corrected me. But I think they all know me, so they weren't angry about it. But three completely different names, completely different people, completely different stories. Quite an experience for me. To all those that came out yesterday to Crystal Waters, thanks so very much. Mr. Impact, once again, my brother, thank you for your amazing, amazing performance. You know, there are a lot of people that play music in Barbados. There are many people that play steel pan. There are not many people that entertain and play music and play the steel pan. You are a maestro, my brother, and that's why you hold the title of the EMC musician, I would have to say, music master. Beautiful. I brought you out in a little bit of a pier here, so for you to be able to look back and get the entire scope of this place. This is what you all call one stunning, stunning location. Long expanse hotel, big area they've taken in. Now those of you that remember here years ago, that section there would have been all coconut grove. You would be able to drive right down on a sand road right out here and park where those few coconut trees are in the point. However, due to the development, the expansion of villas, etc., to the south of where we are, that coconut grove is gone. You can no longer drive down there at all. Beautiful, beautiful west coast. I had to say, you know, I call it the boring coast, but to be real honest with you, she's spectacular. I much prefer the south coast infrastructure. However, you want, I'm going to be truthful, and I don't mind taking it straight for it. If you want the best, I should say best as in the calmest, most crystal clear, most transparent, best areas to snorkel, and I would say most consistent sea conditions year round would be the west coast. However, I'm a south coast person, so I'm not saying the west coast is by any means the best coast in the island, but if that is your preferences, you're not in love with south. Just like if you like a little rougher conditions, you like compact party areas and conveniences and individual beaches and massive beaches, south coast. So again, if you're a Southie like me, you will not call the west coast the most or the best coastline in the world. However, I can see why some people do. If this is what you like, you can't compete. If you're on the east coast, you like the rough conditions, you like watching the thundering swells and no one around really and stuff, and the peace of serenity east, well, again, you're not going to like the west as much or the south. Not that you're not going to like them, because beauty is beauty and stunning is stunning. Is this not just gorgeous? I mean, lovely. So this is one of the little coves here that I like so much down here. It gives me a sort of like a feeling of serious romantic area. So you would know I'm not leaving down here in any hurry this morning after this vlog for sure. Beautiful again, not as much sea glass as I'd hoped for this area here. Lots of beautiful sands and stuff, but again, as you can see, these sea glass is being collected for sure. I'm going to get on a second little grind here, and then I'm going to give you another circle of love so you can appreciate how beautiful down here is. There's some massive pieces up in here when you get here, baby. Lots of sea glass collection going on. There are hard rocks all over the beach, as you can appreciate. They're also being collected as well. My co-star is going to collect them and put them all over the place. She has a beautiful collection started at home. And if you come to Barbados, please do a little sea glass hunting. There's a lovely feeling to actually find it first of all, and then collect it. And I've seen so many different decorations. I've seen bottles full of sea glass that people have taken home and stuff, and put on their mantles to remind them of Barbados. Remember, if you want, you can pick up a conch shell from David up in Accra. A few other people as well have them. If you're ever at home, you're feeling lonely, you're missing the sounds of the ocean and stuff, just put the conch shell next to your ear, turn it into the wind, and you will hear what sounds like breaking waves. If you've never done that before, try that out and you'll see what I mean. It's absolutely great. Alright, so we can do another circle of love from this point here. Enjoy this here. It's going to be another 20 seconds or so of silence. Actually, probably, I'm not saying how many seconds it's going to be. I'm going to get held to it. Enjoy this Circle of Love EMC style. Just stunning. I see we have a new member on here today, Roosevelt. Good morning to you, my brother. So happy you could join us this morning. You would have seen Roosevelt on Thursday in our vlog, which we did up at Queen Community. Good morning to you and your lovely wife. It's great to see you all on board. Thank you for joining us this morning. No, hold on a minute. What's that? Nick, we want Nick. We want Nick. Okay, hold on a second. Everybody just take it easy. Don't get too excited. I'm going to give you me. It's alright. I was just holding it back for a little while because I was trying to see how many of you all would ask for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 people have asked me last 3 seconds. You may not see on your screen. I get notices that you don't see. So you'll have to trust me. As you all know, I tell the truth. Always. I don't fabricate anything. I tell the truth all the time. So you know, anything I say is factual. Anyone that contradicts me, they're contradicting the truth. They just want to tell you lies. So you will know what I'm saying is actual, factual. You know, thanks again to all of you all for coming to Crystal Waters yesterday, and thanks to all of you all for walking with us on Saturdays and for being here every morning with us. I'm not saying goodbye yet. I'm just saying thank you because I want to get a little more camera time. I'll say something that you may want to hear and not that I want to hear. I see people saying, well, earplugs, you better put on your blindfolds as well because you're going to see me and hear me. Hello. And just so you can see why they call me the most handsome man in the world. Awesome. Jeez. I gotta say that when Strikeologist was not here because she would have definitely said something to contradict that. She would have said the most handsome man in the universe, not the world. It's my story and I'm going to say it as I want to say it and she can't hear me from there. You can hear me? Oh goodness. Alright, onward we shall go. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this section of the island. We have done this a few times. But every time we come here, it changes because the sand changes a lot. Last time we were here, you're going to go over, half of these rocks here were covered by sand. All up through here we could have walked quite comfortably. Remember, it is a mid-tide now, so it's going to get higher and there's going to see less and less beach. But it's really beautiful down here, absolutely beautiful. Not the best coastline, not the most beautiful coastline, but it's okay, it's acceptable, it's fine. Walking to get here, there's a little driveway down between Cobblers Cove and the St. Leamington Pavilion. Remember, that is used for water sports facility. Vessels are coming down to get to the sea. If you're going down in there, please ask if you see anybody around where you can park. If down there is tight, please do not park down in there. But are you good, my brother? You good? We want to say hi to everybody all over the world. It's live Facebook. You just want to wave off everyone. Say good morning from Barbados. Thanks, my brother. Thank you, man. All right. Now, this is a public entrance here. At the moment, this lot here is all chain linked off. It was originally parked here. You can park on the opposite side for now, but I don't know how long that will be because as you can see, there's construction going on, but there is a public walkway through here. Parking down here a little bit tight, so you know you have to park. You can park in Spikestown, just behind the supermarket down there as well. We've been down inside that section by Schooner Bay, and then you can walk up the beach. There is, you are able to walk the entire way. Last time we were here, we saw this walkway that had been built. Before that was just a little path that used to run across here, but as you can see, beautiful, beautiful walkway here has been laid and it's protected by these outer boulders. It should be around for quite a while. Absolutely gorgeous. There's nothing that I can put down the West Coast for except for the infrastructure around it. And that is why I love the south so much, because I like action on top of action on top of action. The west is very, very spaced out unless you're in the Whole Town area. Whole Town reminds me of the south coast. If I ever, which probably will never happen, come over to settle on the west, it would have to be in the Whole Town area, or I would rebel and I would go into deep depression. I'm getting stuck by the strike stick. Somebody please tell her you're not supposed to stick me with that. Beautiful villas down here, just stunning. And give you a little more of it, give you a little bit more of a nosy that you can have a look at this area. It's massive layout. Just the whole yard area, or the garden area, or the front yard area out here, breathtaking. All of the hedges and everything perfectly trimmed, all the grass perfectly manicured, just gorgeous. And a big pool as well right across the front. So you can understand, staying here is going to cost you a pretty penny. Look at the size of these places. Massive, massive, and beautiful layout. Just stunning layout. Mr. Conductor, this is an espresso. Come back to Barbados, please, and make sure, Susan, make sure that he buys you an espresso this time. I don't think he bought me any coffee last time. He came out here, he was cheap. I know he's taking training from the billionaire, because the billionaire has acquired all his money because he doesn't spend any. He walks out, and if he sees someone to say, "You're not giving me a tip," he usually gives them like a dime, believe it or not. I have seen that myself. Sometimes he says, "No, you didn't deserve it." Don't mind, the people are sweating and smiling all day long. You know, he is so cheap. And that's because he's maintained his billionaire status. Doesn't give it away at all. Alright, we're going to give you another view from here, because this place, breathtaking. Have a look at this. See why I call it. I'm going to come up a little closer up here for you, and then walk back in this direction. So, sorry to be redoing everything. Well, I'll pan you around to make you think that we're doing an organized tour when we're doing a repeat of where we were before. But different views make you have different impressions, of course. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to go over some of these rocks. Okay? I want to take in these coves from this side and let you understand how beautiful out here is and how stunning this section is for sure. I put on me, I don't have any 4x4s today, but I do have all my sturdy 2x2 beach shoes that are very, very strong. Here we go. This is another photo op for you. If you want to still frame this here or screen capture this, please do. This is stunning. Here we go. That we are called stunning. Now I see some people here talking a lot of foolishness, but before I go any further, I'm going to lower my voice and talk really close to the microphone, just to let you all know I am also the smartest man in the world. If I am walking with this lady, I have to make the West Coast sound good. Come on, I gotta live with her, you know. I'm not dropping her off and going home. So keep that quiet though, that's our secret. Shh, don't say anything about it. So all the South Coast people, you know what's really going on. I see people saying about Olympic hallucinations. You don't worry about it. Come Saturday, when you put my gimbal in your hand, I will be taking care of you from an attack position, which I'm going to change. I'm going to give you another little view from here. Not a long one, because we're going to get to that corner in a second, and then you can take in the rest of the West Coast looking in the southerly direction. So beautiful. There's laughter. You see laughter from people and all kind of nonsense here going on. You know, y'all don't worry. Deborah, you'll be returning to Barbados. I shall deal with you. It's not a problem. You come back down here with Duncan. See, I called the right name. So, anyhow, as you would know, our Saturday hostess, she calls everyone by the wrong name. We have that documented on an actual vlog. We actually have her telling a lot of lies documented on a vlog. We have her trying to train our EMC family, again, represented on a vlog. Yet no one picks on her. But this morning, I can see everyone here picking on poor Nick. You know, I am telling you the truth. Some days I go home and cry after the vlogs because of all the assaults that are made on me. You know, my skin is so thin, and you all keep on attacking me. But, you know, it's alright. I can get through. I don't cry publicly here, but I cry so much after. It's amazing. The co-star can confirm that. If she does not confirm that, she's not telling the truth. Another secret, don't say anything. Anyhow, we're going to walk on from here. She's like 20 yards behind me, so I can get away with murder. We have a 10-second delay. I'll put some distance between me and her so she does not come and strike me with her strike stick. Watercraft from Mullins, just positioned off of shore. I don't know why it's so far out. They usually have it a lot closer. And I don't see any swells right now, but maybe they just put them out there right now because it's not a heavy crowd on the beach and stuff. You'll see in a few minutes why. Beach down here built beautifully. I'd say last year, they did a lot of renovations where Kings Beach used to be. They've actually tried to bring down some sand, some land sand. If you're not familiar, we actually grind up the coral stone here in Barbados and produce sand. Then it's brought to some beaches to start the building of the sand when the grinds are laid, and then the natural sand mixes up with it, and you don't even see a difference. But you can see a difference in the grains, especially down here in the west coast, quite powdery. So you will see the difference, as we may not see it now because it's been known for a little while. But look at where you would find loads of hearts and sea glass that I was talking about. You'll find it all in this area. When you see this kind of stuff in the west coast, this is when you'll find a lot of sea glass, as you have been seeing along route. Just beautiful. Talking about beautiful, everybody knows if I say beautiful, I have got to turn to the most beautiful scenery. After all, everyone is on here. I should say not everyone. You know, I like to be honest and factual with my percentages. I'm a serious mathematician. So 99.999% of the people that come on here come on to see me. There is that 0.0001% that come on here to see the other views. So I have to satisfy everyone. That's why I'm putting a lot of stuff on me right now, a lot of camera time. Remember, showing off is done by other people. I do not show off. I just have camera time. They're two different things. I have counseling lessons if you're not sure the difference between the two. Cheap. My billionaire will take care of that cost for you all. He's going to give 10 cents for each lesson, so you will be fine. It's not a problem. He has a lot of money, and you understand why. Don't tell him I said so, though. All right, again, here we go. All the rocks. This would be an indication that it's going to be a lot of sea glass. So all along here, you'll find sea glass mixed into the rocks, and then just on the shore itself, because they're a lot lighter, obviously, very flat, and they move out quite a bit. So you'll find a lot of it buried along this section here as well. So you can see pieces of it all over. Very, very heavy area of sea glass, lots of greens and other different colors as well. I know these are probably going to be collected somewhere along the line. Beautiful. So again, when we came down here back in June, just after that hurricane swell which came in onto the north side, well, from the north onto the west coast, all this beach had been depleted off. However, it's starting to rebuild. You can see it's very strong. It's pushy sand right up onto the beach. All this area that we're here right now in front of was all originally, over the last year or so, was dumps of man-made sand, or the majority of it. However, the sand has started to settle and mix with it. You can see like a little difference in the colouring of it, and that would be the indication of, only indication you see now, because it's so well mixed in now. Again, I will say, for all those people that are on here putting me down about the south side and saying I'm talking a lot of nonsense, welcome to the rocky west coast of Barbados. I hope Miss Simone is on this morning and she's letting everyone know about the rocky west coast, because she usually talks about it. But lost, is this not stunning? She's not in here. I'm going to keep her busy, but this is a stunning coastline. Almost as stunning as the south coast. Not quite though, not quite. Jeez. That's called giving someone the food and then snatching it before they can put it in their mouth. So all you west coast people are ready to pump a set. I say Nicholas this and Nicholas that. You realize then this is the second best coasty island. And the only reason I call this the second is because the east coast really doesn't have many facilities at all. If not, I would call this the third best coast on the island. But anyhow, right now we leave it as the second best. That could change in time. We'll see how the development goes on the east coast. If the development goes on the east coast, I will downrate that to the 10th coast in the island. I will find 10 coasts to make that the 10th, because anyone puts any construction on the east coast of this island is going to destroy Barbados. Please do not put any major construction on the east coast of the island. Please let us have somewhere natural where our children, their children, and their children's children can enjoy the beauty of natural Barbados that we're seeing right now. You know, I've been taking a lot of drives with our co-star. I've been telling her about how Barbados used to be, and I start to cry. Then I look around and say, well, it's so beautiful still. Doesn't really make a difference. It's still beautiful. We're not going to continue too much further because the signal does dip in that general area there, but the coconut trees are coming up. So we just talk a little bit about it here and maybe walk over to the next section. But I'm making my way out far enough now that I can give you a circle of love from fairly far out on this little growing area that you could take in everything that's surrounding us. I want to offer you the absolute best that we possibly can, and that's what we strive to do in the EMC. Sometimes we avoid places because of a lack of signal. We don't want to bring you pixely stuff, but sometimes we walk into areas that the signal has fluctuated a lot. And you know, this is beautiful, beautiful Barbados. I'll give you a little idea of what we're viewing right now. Just beyond here, the first beach we come to is Mullins Beach. That's by where the Westmoreland's beach facility is. It's known as Mullins Beach Bar originally. As you can see, the beach is very, very small. You then have a shed, which is a bar restaurant that's located there, which is great. Originally, you could have walked this entire coastline on sand, all up the road as far as you could see. However, that's changed considerably. Round the corner, the next set of sand you're seeing is Gibbs Beach, Gibbs Bay, and then beyond that is Green Sleeves on the very point that you're seeing, and then beyond that is where you would start to go into like Reeds Bay, etc. Alright, so I'm going to give you another circle of love, and I'm glad to hear some of you all laughing. You all must be laughing at other people and not me, that's for sure. So here we go. We're going to start off looking on the ocean, we're going to end up looking at the ocean. Circle of love, EMC style. Remember, you Sikorsky 360. We've converted that now because we have so much love in us. Everything is going over to love. So circle of love, EMC style. Here we go. Anyone that's been watching comments over the last few seconds will see how they like to pick on me. I am trying to bring you all peace and serenity and beauty and silence, and people here are trying to make me talk. So that will tell you how much they think about you, or they care about the peace and serenity you experience. I could name some people, but you can look yourself and see who are doing those unaccountable things. Disgusting, trying to break me in a circle of love. But as you all can see, I am the warrior. I'm indestructible, and you cannot do that to me. I see a lot of people calling and saying that I pick on them with strikes. Strikes, I will remind everyone, strikes are given for those that offend me or make me belly laughs. Whenever you get a strike, you have done something to deserve it. I don't give strikes and then you do something. So every time that I've given you all a strike is because you all have offended me so much that you all send me to tears, and I have to struggle to hold them back until I can get back after the vlog where I have a little bit of privacy, so you all don't want to say, he's a little cry baby. You know how it goes. Anyhow, we're going to make our way back over because we're going to finish up in a couple of seconds over at the next groin. And we're going to walk in that direction now. Hello. You all can see, Strikeologist has put down her 1. So she's not in the attack mode right now. You ought to get away with murder, I am sure. I hope...
3 strikes you got today.
For me?
Yeah.
We can only get 2. You're making new rules?
You talk about little pebbles on this coast, but meanwhile, we couldn't walk on the beach last night. Why?
Hold on, I gotta talk over her. Don't you all hear what she's saying? Don't you all hear what she's saying, yeah? Sorry. I have to control the microphone. I can do what I want to do. I don't like what she's about to say, so that's why I went over her, just so she would not hear. Anyone else that says that she is right and absolutely and stuff, all I can say is you're lucky that she now has the power of the strikes. If I had the power of the strikes, you all would be in serious trouble this morning for sure. So this is where, as mentioned about the realm, a lot of the man-made sand was dropped. You can come, if you come down here and you look a little bit on the inside and you dig a little deeper, you will see the texture of the sand will definitely change. Unfortunately, well, I will rephrase what I was saying before about the sea grape bush. That is that when a sea grape bush is nicely trimmed and hedged, it really is a beautiful, beautiful hedge. When the fruit, or well, we shouldn't really call them fruit because they're not edible. When those things bear on them and they're green, they're also beautiful. And when they go into the purples and the reds, well, stunning, beautiful, ornamental fruit. Remember that Nick says these are dangerous. Don't care what the books say about how sea grape are so good for you and stuff. Remember what I told you all in the beginning? Anything that Nick says is correct. Anything that you see anywhere else is contradicting me just because they want to be wrong or different to me. Beautiful little flowers. Just little wildflowers. They're looking absolutely beautiful. And again, I'm going to creep up here and see if we can peep over at this property for you before we sign off. It says private property, no trespassing, so we'll stand right by the ropes and do so. Lovely on the inside section. There we go. This is what's one of the amazing villa sections in Barbados. Beautiful. It's where the King's Beach Hotel you see located for those that were here many, many years ago. I know that this is a great place, Mr. Thing. I'm done talking about these things. But remember, manchineel is known as the most dangerous tree in the world. If you're walking on the beach, do not pick up any of the berries and put them in your mouth. Do not play with the berries. Do not break a branch. Do not stand on the trees when it's raining. Likewise, if you're in Barbados and you see sea grape, remember, they are saying a whole set of stuff in all of the encyclopedias and dictionaries and online about how the sea grape is so healthy for you. Well, I ate sea grape. It made me skin up my face. It made me feel extremely sick. I did not enjoy it. It tied up my tongue. I could not speak, and you can understand how upsetting that was, not being able to speak. So I will tell you from my personal experience, do not put sea grape in your mouth. If you want to listen to everyone else who is all wrong, you can go ahead and put sea grape in your mouth. That's not a problem. Alright, so we're about to wrap up here now. This is where we're going to call it a day for this time. As I said, the signal strength dips in this general area just a little bit, not too far, but enough that we really don't want to go too much further. And maybe I'll take in one more little section and let you see a little bit more. And then we'll say goodbye. Both of us will say our farewells to you. As you can see, the most handsome man in the world. And his co-star, who's not too bad. And you know, from us to you all, I hope you all have had a great little walk this morning. We've enjoyed bringing Barbados to you and enjoyed just walking with you and bringing serenity and peace. Obviously showing you the beauty like right now. We have to unfortunately fade off onto the other look with the other scenery, which is not really as nice. You can see my facial expressions, not nearly as beautiful as this. And you know, from us to you all, have a peaceful day. Remember, if you found peace, serenity and happiness here, you found the love and care that I've seen exchanged continuously, except for in my direction, which is usually picking on me as always. Please carry that and spread it to everyone else. Spread your cheer and joy. Remember, your smile can save someone's life. Someone in a really bad, dark spot, see someone smiling and saying good morning to them, that can have an immediate switch effect on them and change their lives and hopefully save their lives. Have a great day. Peace and love from Barbados. I'm going to end with two things. I'm going to start off with our circle of love again, showing you obviously the circle of love, and then we're going to be showing you this same photo up here. So here we go, circle of love. Ready for it? Here we go. Have an amazing day, everyone. Be kind, be caring. First of all, start with yourself. Can't love someone unless you love yourself. Can't forgive someone unless you forgive yourself. Can't be a good person unless you do good things. Have a great day. Love you all.